Hello everybody, this is Jean. Welcome to my craft space. Today I'm showing you items 16 to 20 in my 100 Things challenge. Starting with some ATCs which I'm making from papers left over from doing our journal prompts with Nina Ribena. So this is one way that I do ATCs. I mark out the back of the ATCs so I have no idea what the ATCs will actually come out like, and sometimes you get some quite nice surprises that way. This is another page that I was going to use for the last art journal prompts with Nina, and this is a page where I'm showing you a different way of doing the ATCs, where I use a template and then I mark out the bits that I actually want. In that case I didn't really want any of those black lines. So here I'm adding some embellishments, and I've done that to all the ATCs that you saw, and here I'm just finishing off the edges of one of them just to show you. And I put postage stamps on all of these, so I'm calling this my stamp collection, because I had a lot of British postage stamps in different colours and they all seem to match the colours of the ATCs. So here's one set, and here's the original set. So then, and these are the old ones that I've done in the past. They're all based on an art journal prompt page that I did with Nina, and I've used up the extra bits. Right, the next one is a bit of a joke, really. This is Dina Wakley's book, Art Journal Freedom, Art Journal Courage. And in there she suggests having a mixed media toolkit, and what she means is to have an idea in your head of all the different techniques that you could use. But I found it difficult to keep that in my head, so I decided I'd make some cards, not really prompt cards, but just things to go through every so often to remind me of all the techniques that I've learnt. I've got loads of these business cards, and they are blank on one side and they need covering on the other side. Every time I find a new technique, I'm going to type it up and stick it onto one of these cards. And sometimes I've actually made a note of where I've seen it, if it's a particular technique that I've not seen anywhere else. So that was one from Andrea Kidman. This is sticker paper. I think I got this from Stephen Bland, where he took photocopies onto sticker paper of his artwork. So I've done art journal prompt pages and copied them just with my ordinary inkjet printer onto sticker paper, and I'm sticking them randomly onto the backs of the cards. Now this is the bit that's a bit of a joke, because I decided if it was going to be my mixed media toolbox, then I needed a toolbox to hold them in. So I had this plastic container and I painted it black, and then I used this antiquing cream in turquoise. I wanted the effect of those, I don't know if everybody knows them, they're all sort of painted turquoise metal toolboxes. So I painted it, and you can polish this, it's antiquing cream, so you can polish it up a bit, which I did, and then I was sticking the word tools on here. And then I decided it didn't look much like a toolbox, so I cut some ends. I used a paper template to make sure I had two identical ends, and I punched a hole in the top, and then I stuck it on with heavy gel medium. And then of course I needed to paint it, so again, and then I put a handle on using a bamboo skewer, and then I needed to paint it again, so I painted it with black gesso, and then painted it again with this antiquing cream. So those are all my cards that I've got at the moment, but I will be adding to my collection, and there they are in my toolbox. And I had these little charms, plastic tools, from when I did card making, so I thought they were fun to stick on the front. So that's my bit of a joke to myself, that's my mixed media toolbox. Project 18 I made some more tags. I had all these tags which had come free in a magazine. They are nice, quite nice cardboard, and in a way they've got quite nice patterns on them, but they're a bit dull. So here are the tags, and some of them, there's the first set of 8, I think, I did with gelatos. So I've gessoed them all, and then I'm adding gelatos here in 2 colours, and just activating them with water and just blending them with my finger. And then I had a load of stickers, girl figures. Some of them I think I inherited from my late mother years ago, and some of them I got free with a magazine quite recently. So I just thought I'd do a selection of little girls. The other 8 I used dilution spray, and you can see I've learned from past mistakes, and I did wear gloves because it's impossible to get dilution spray off. So these I think I did with bubblegum pink and squeezed orange, and the ones above you can see I did in green and turquoise, and then I did some white stamping over the top, and then I stuck butterflies on these. There are butterflies on the others as well, but they are the other butterflies are 3-dimensional, and I put words on each one and a bit of bling. In my stash I had these metallic flowers which I bought a long time ago. Didn't have very many of them left and decided I'd like to make some more. So I haven't got an embossing machine, but I did have some embossing folders. Again, they've come free with a magazine at some point. So I punched out some flowers, and then sprayed them liberally with water and put them in the embossing folder. And this is a flower press which my father made for my mother, I can't tell you how many years ago. And so I put the embossing folder in the flower press, screwed it down tight, and then left it overnight. And I used the 2 different folders that you saw there. I then painted them with Payne's Grey, and let them dry, of course. And then I took some silver metallic paint and painted over them, and then I think I rubbed some of this off, and I think I may have even put some more Payne's Grey on, just so that it wasn't solid silver over the top. And I did some of the big ones and some of the little ones like that. And then I used Copper Shine, and in that case that was a bit easier to just get on the raised parts. So there are my flowers that are ready now to use. I will be making more of those, they were good. My last project is homemade stamps. Now, some of these I've used and I've shown before, but I did make some new ones, so I'm counting this as a thing. You can use these with ink pads, but here I'm using black acrylic, and these are all the different, just demonstrating all the different stamps. I decided I'd keep this trial paper. I am going to do something with it, which I'll say a bit more about later on. And this last one is just a piece of credit card cut in a shape. Again, I've shown that before in a previous project. So this is how I made the foam ones. I wanted a spiral, so I drew it on the foam. I drew it on card first, and then I drew it on the foam. Cut it out, stuck it on card, and then I wanted, you saw one that had diagonal stripes on it, I wanted one that had straight stripes on it, and so I just cut pieces of foam at different widths, but all quite thin, and stuck them on a piece of card. And here I'm inking it up, painting it up. The other one you can see there is a smaller version of just single version of this one. and I'm really pleased with that, and I will be using that. And then this one, I just cut out lots of different sized squares and stuck them on randomly. And I really like this one, and I'll be using this as well. But again, I'll be keeping this sheet because I've got an idea for it. I like that. And there's my spirals that I've just made. Now this is a close-up of a hot glue stamp. Now I saw Crystal making these and I thought I'd have a go. I am not friends with my hot glue gun. It's not a particularly good one, and the glue does not come out smoothly. It comes out blobby. And so this was my attempt to spiral, and I nearly threw it away, but I thought I'll just try it and see what it looks like. And when I saw what it looked like, particularly when I stamped it all over like this, I really liked it. I really liked the effect. So I did a whole page of it and decided I'd do something with it. So what I did with it was to add gelatos and yeah, look at this, me being messy. Adding the gelatos, and then I'm dipping my fingers in water here and then using my fingers to blend the gelatos. And I really like the end result. They blended really well. And then I Mod Podged over the top and let it dry. And when you do that, it turns out almost like leather. It's a lovely texture, lovely feel to it. And I decided it would make a really nice cover for a journal. So I've got this little book of labels which I've taken apart and used all the labels. Again, it was free. I've used the stamped piece to cover the cardboard. And I thought what I might do in a future video is to turn that book into a journal which starts off with all the stamped pages. So I'm going to do a lot more stamping and then put those pages inside this journal and use that as a basis for a journal and see where it goes, see what I end up doing with it. So that will be a future project. So that's my items 16 to 20. See me writing them down in the little book. And yeah, all that remains for me to say now is thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And join me again next time. Bye for now.